I'm Star Wars Ride or Die, and he's a fake Star Wars fan. So
fake Star Wars fan.
That's it.
Oh, fake Star Wars fan. Oh, okay.
Jar Jar Binks up in here. Well, I'm trying to run the galactic.
Swear to God,
thing.
I swear to God, I'm gonna cut your head off. with some sort of sharp object. I'm gonna saw your neck so that you look like a fucking Pez dispenser. I swear to God. Don't fuck with me right now.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Two Guys with Trading Goals. I'm Mikey, and this is Adam. And every Friday, we bring you a conversational podcast. Is that how I say it? Every Friday, we bring you a
conversation. Yeah, and I think it is conversational.
I think it is. Go on. Rusty.
Yeah.
Shake it up.
We're good.
Every Friday, we bring you a conversational podcast where one of us brings a topic to this table and we discuss it for your enjoyment. If you like that, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, all the links, all the things, Twitter, Patreon, all the socials, as the kids call them, all the things.
Cool cats call it.
Yeah, we're here on the YouTube.
Woo! Cool cat.
All the things. If you like that, you can follow us on Patreon.com. Keep supporting us. Get us these chairs that are now supporting us physically. It's very nice. And all those cool things. You can also catch Adam's live show every Tuesday where him and I go live face and face on Facebook and, discuss our week and the things that are happening.
Oh, that's
so, yeah.
This is one of my favorite days of the week. That was one of the worst parts about how we weren't able to when we fell off of that for a little bit.
That's how you know it's bad. I was like, fuck. Yeah. Can't even find the time to get on Tuesday and
it's a half hour on Tuesday. Man, like what the fuck? But yeah.
All right, so today we're bringing a very controversial topic to this table to discuss.
Yes.
I don't know how much I'll edit out of the last podcast that we did, but we were going to talk about it in the last one, but we thought let's wrap that one up.
Expound upon this.
And then, give this a little more room to breathe.
Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Yeah. Came out.
Thoughts?
It came out.
Yeah.
It is a movie. For sure.
It is a Star Wars film.
It is a work of cinema.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so just to first things first, we are going to spoil the movie. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this until you've seen it. When you see it, come watch this. We'll talk about it. It's cool. It's whatever.
Leave comments so that we can talk back at you.
Yeah. So I saw the film the weekend it released.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw it the week after that.
Yeah. Yep. You saw it like a week later. You came into town. You're like, hey, I'm going to see Star Wars. I was like, cool. Look me up afterwards. Yeah. And then we talked on the phone.
Yep.
And in that, we literally only had like a 2-minute conversation. Yeah. And I think I'm rather certain it's because Mikey was like, I don't want to hear any more of your negative bullshit. I don't need this negative bullshit in my life. And then he hung up on me.
That was actually how the call ended. I was like, listen. I don't want to hear your negative. No, I don't remember feeling that way.
No. But
I think I was driving home late at night.
But it was and it was very obvious that the two of us.
Yeah, it was very clear we were going to have very different opinions.
And I was like, this is going to just happen.
Because I'm Star Wars Ride or Die. And he's a fake Star Wars fan. So
fake Star Wars fan.
That's it.
Oh, fake Star Wars fan. Oh! Okay.
Jar Jar Binks up in here. Well, I'm trying to run the galactic
thing. I swear to God, I'm going to cut your head off. with some sort of sharp object. I'm going to saw your neck so that you look like a fucking Pez dispenser. I swear to God. Don't fuck with me right now. Okay?
So let's go with what did you like from the movie?
What did I like?
Because I liked a lot, but there are things I have problems with. So.
Oh no, there's so much about that movie that I liked.
Okay. What did you like about the movie? Because we open up right back, like we are Daisy Ridley is just handing off the lightsaber. Right?
Oh, I hated that. Oh, I hated that. Oh, I hated that. Why did they do that?
Yeah.
There is no, I swear to God, there is not, that set the tone for the entire film.
It did. It did.
And I was angry because we are left on the top of that mountain with Rey and Luke Skywalker for 2 years.
Yeah.
We are left on the top of that mountain for 2 years. And when we jump right back in, he just throws it.
Yeah.
In a comedic fashion.
Yeah.
So to me, and like I understand, and the whole film had that tone.
Yeah.
The entire film had that tone, which is very different for Star Wars. Which
hold on real quick just so we're clear, I had a problem with IGN's review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Okay, I didn't read it.
They said it was the best movie, maybe. I think they said better than Empire. And they said like
there are people who are
comedy and the way that it was like that. I am not in that camp. Like this.
Yes.
This movie was fine. I'm not in that camp though.
Yes. Yes.
This is not Empire.
I don't even think that it's. Well, I'm not going to get into that yet. But
okay.
When Luke Skywalker throws the lightsaber over his shoulder off the cliff, I was like, holy shit. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
It would be one thing if Luke Skywalker took it from her and threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
That would be dramatic.
Right.
That would be...
What the fuck is happening?
Understandable,
yeah.
Right? Like, him throwing it over the shoulder, I was like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Some sort of fucking Mr. Bean meets the fucking Jedi? Like,
it was very... So see, for me, it was very reminiscent of Yoda, though. That's how I felt.
And that's what... And I get that that's kind of the ambiance.
Yeah, I felt very like, he is a cantankerous old motherfucker now, just like Yoda. When he tickles her with the thing, oh my, I couldn't even help myself. I was like, that's some good shit. That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
I feel it. Fuck you. No, you don't. You idiot. That made me really happy.
Well, yeah. Okay. So like that sort of stuff is totally understandable.
Yeah.
But there are so many things that kind of fell flat for me. So for instance, he is very Yoda-esque.
Yeah.
But like he's supposed to be secluded on this water planet, water world.
One water world, yeah.
Yeah. By himself after having lost his entire Jedi class.
Yeah.
And so like he's supposed to me the thought is he's a little bit hardened.
Yeah.
He's gone here to retreat. He is broken and hurt and angry.
Yeah.
Those are all the things that I thought.
And you don't get a lot of that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's not into it and he's like, I don't want to teach you. He's obviously willing to teach her. There's something about her that is like, I'm going to teach her without her knowing that I am going to teach her.
Yeah. How did you feel about Rey's parentage?
I think I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. Like, I'm fine with her not being innately tied into the Skywalker bloodline and that sort of stuff. That's fine. But I don't know if we have the full story.
Yeah.
But that whole film left me feeling like I don't know if we have the full story.
Yeah.
On anything.
Yeah.
So, and that was another one of my problems.
So, I have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 things that are like overarching themes that I had problems with. And all of them, though, are based on my expectations, and that's why it's a problem, not because it's in the film. That's a problem. So, the way Luke is handled, I have a big problem with. Because my expectation was we were getting badass Luke. Like, I was waiting for motherfucking Luke Skywalker from the goddamn expanded universe.
And we saw like a really cool
yes.
Luke, like when he faces off against Kylo.
Yeah, yeah.
And
but like, I'm expecting ultra powerful Luke. Yeah. Like, I wanted nothing except for like a like hardened, like this is like shit got really bad for me, Luke, until the very end, and then I just wanted him to just fuck shit up, like dropping things out of the sky. Like I would have loved it if he was just pulling down shit into like the atmosphere, like just fucking force like annihilation. Like
yes.
Because Luke in the expanded universe is like the most powerful person in the fucking universe and can do so many things, and like, so I was sad that we didn't get that Luke. He did do some powerful shit, but like not that.
I don't think it really exercised the power that he has.
Yeah, so like it's sad to me that we'll never get that Luke. So that was upsetting to me. But that again, that's based on my expectations. So if I remove my expectations from that and I just enjoy who he was in the movie, it was really good. I think.
Okay.
And then the whole thing with Rey, and then the thing with Snoke, like here, like again, I understand that like Empire was very similar. Like the Emperor just showed up, but and maybe it's not just an expectation with Snoke. Okay, so I'll take that one out. I have two things that like I just I needed to come to terms with to enjoy this movie. The other one was Rey's parentage. I don't appreciate that it is just random circumstance that she is a Jedi and in this. Like, I like a story that is pushed, that the narrative is driven that you are special. Like, there is something about you that makes you special innately. Right. And like, so just like in the original one, like, Luke was the son of Vader, and that's what made him, like, that's why the Force pushed him this way, and why he got.
Well, and there are so many things that we don't know yet.
Right, and so like maybe that's gonna get a little bit cleared up or changed or whatever. But like that was, again, it was an expectation of mine that she is somebody, and then when she is nobody, I was like, see, I appreciate it now looking back at it. I appreciate it that like that was kind of the message that like anybody can do this and anybody can be in this, and like I love that. And at the end when the kid like uses the Force, and I was like, that was pretty cool. Like I like that messaging, but it was a letdown still for me. Yeah. Remove my expectations, and then okay, I can get down with it. So the two, I guess, okay. So then now I will say there are two things in that movie that were upsetting to me. Three things in that movie that were upsetting to me that like did not need to like they're you even in context of the movie and not with my expectations is a problem. One being Snoke. He just fucking gets killed. Just fucking killed. And I'm like, and everybody's like, oh, but it doesn't matter because like the Emperor just dropped in and he didn't have a backstory and it was fine. And it was like, but no, there was only one other movie before him.
Yeah.
Snoke like there is a timeline before him now. There is a fucking history going all the way back to the Phantom Menace at the very least. And like for those of us who love Star Wars, we go back even further than that to the Old Republic. But like at least to the Phantom Menace to now. And so like, Snoke had to exist in that time period. We know it. So what was he doing in that time period? And the fact that we don't have that, and like I understand. I'm sure they're gonna spin that off into novels and shit.
Well, and that's actually what has been said.
Yeah,
is to know about Snoke, you have to read the books.
Yeah,
and like that's poor storytelling.
He is a main. That would be like if the Emperor. It was like, and all you'll ever know about him is that he was this hologram, and then Luke threw him down the thing. Or and it was like, no, we need to know more. And
like the other thing is like the Emperor like exhibited his power.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
So and his power wasn't just presence. Like and Snoke uses the Force.
Yeah. And like the mind bridge thing, like he's clearly powerful, but like there are questions because there is a time. Like I watched a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
Where Luke fucking saves takes down the Empire. Snoke had to be alive in that time. Yeah. So where does he come from? Like, it's not fair to have, like, it is not the same thing to say that you didn't know a lot about the Emperor and it was fine. You're right, because there wasn't a movie before that there was only A New Hope before the Emperor was brought in. That was it.
Yep.
So it isn't like there were 7 movies before that you're like, and we never heard of this guy?
Yeah.
Never heard of him. He just comes out of nowhere and takes over?
Yeah, and then the biggest thing, people can shit on the prequels, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I get it.
Yeah, me too.
But what were the questions that were answered? Where did Anakin come from? Where did that come from? Why is there a lineage?
Yeah,
why? Yeah.
All the backstory you get, and that. Okay, so cool. You cannot have. It would be like if the Emperor never existed in the prequels.
Yeah.
If they had done the prequels and the Emperor was never in them, and then all of a sudden, so now you watch the prequels and you're like, okay, but the main villain, which I realized Snoke's not going to be the main villain or whatever, but he was the leader of the.
But now I really don't know who the villain is.
Yeah.
And that's another problem for me.
Yeah. So now
it's
Kylo.
But not really, because Kylo's kind of
he's gray. So yeah.
And he's not good.
Yeah.
But he's not. And the New Order.
So if we had the 3 movies in the prequels, and we went back and you never told the story of anything with Palpatine, and then all of a sudden he just showed up as a hologram in in Empire, you'd be like,
who is this guy? Why is Anakin reporting to him?
This is weird. We know what happened with Vader, but he had no interaction in the prequels with the Emperor at all, and you never met Palpatine, any of that stuff. That is what they've done with Snoke now. We have all of these stories in the past that he has never been a part of, and now all of a sudden he's dead. You can't make a character the head of an organization that is the main antagonist.
Yes.
And he just came out of nowhere and recedes into nothing. No, that's not okay. That's bad storytelling. That is just bad storytelling.
Yep.
And so that I have a problem with. And then I said 3 things, but I can only think of 2 of them now. The other. Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 things. Okay, so there's that one. Admiral Hoda or whatever, the girl with the purple hair. Huge problems with her. Huge problems because
and the Leia thing.
Where she Mary Poppins back in? Yeah,
Mary pops back into the fucking.
But she just,
hey Mary, why are you out there popping?
And literally that happened, and Rod and I both looked at each other and were like, "What the fuck was that?"
They had an out.
Did she just force her wave herself back in? What the fuck just happened?
And
She used the force
that well?
Yeah, survive in space, survive an explosion now.
They had an out.
Yeah, they could have just let her float off into space
and be dead.
Yeah.
And what grand story do they have to wrap up?
Yeah.
With Leia? What did that add to anything?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was so and I know they didn't kill her. Now, looking at the whole thing, and they didn't kill her off because they killed Luke off. And they were like, well, fuck, we can't kill them both off in the same movie.
They could have.
Yeah, no, but I guarantee that was the thought process.
Yeah.
We killed off Han, we killed off Luke, now we're gonna kill off Leia in the last one, and now they're just in a fucked situation. Hold on. All that aside, of the Mary Poppins thing, which was weird.
It was weird
whatever.
And awful looking.
That whole scene I have a problem with because why did it have to be this new character? And I'm not opposed to new characters. Maz Kanata, I fucking love her. Why couldn't it be Admiral Akbar? Who he dies off screen. Admiral fucking Akbar dies off screen.
Yep. Why?
Okay. Why couldn't we just make him that character who's he's gonna run things while Leia's in a coma.
Sick.
And then and he fucking tells Poe off. I could get down with that still. This kind of struggle of listen, Flyboy,
I've been here since fucking day one.
Me, the fucking pancake kid, taking that fucking Death Star. Why don't you take a seat? But again, this new person who just comes kind of out of nowhere, we've never met, and like again, you can do that sometimes.
And she's got a bad dye job.
Yeah, but she is the second most important person now that all these people have died, and it's like, well, why didn't you just let Admiral Akbar be that person? And if you wanted to kill him doing the fucking light speed into the fucking thing. Like, that's great. And like the whole like, okay, her whole plan, but she didn't tell people the plan, like that was like weird because then it made Poe do all these other things, and like he kind of learns from it. So like okay, that's a little bit of character development for him and whatnot. But then, so my bigger problem with that whole thing, besides the fact that it shouldn't have been her, it should have been Admiral Akbar, and then we could have done that, the whole casino thing, dumb, fucking dumb.
Awful.
That whole thing.
That was awful.
Clip that. Like if I was editing that video, clipped, trash. Okay, and we can still tell this whole story. We don't need any of that.
None of it.
Didn't need a fucking part of that.
I can't even remember why they went there.
Because they needed a code breaker to break so that they could break into the Snoke's ship and make it so that they couldn't track them and then get away. But then they couldn't get away anyways. Yeah. So like you did, like, all of that was just bullshit. And also, why didn't, like...
Wasn't that character really stupid?
Yeah, he was terrible. The character was stupid. The whole, like, we freed those animals, though, and, like, all of that was dumb. Oh, and, like, I actually like that girl. I forget what her name is. Rose or whatever. Like, the little Chinese girl or whatever. Like, I like that character. And I like that, like, I felt like they added her well, and, like, because her girlfriend died or whatever, or sister, I can't remember, And so, like, I was like, that all was, like, emotional and cool, and I like that.
So there are things that I wish about this movie.
Yeah.
I wish that Finn had a better role.
Yeah, again, he just had the stupid casino chase thing. Yeah. Which, like...
I know. Dude, I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I know. And it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like, why couldn't it have just been like, hey, him, Rose, and Poe are going to sneak onto Snoke's ship and try to do something. Yeah, do something. Like, we're going to try to disable the tracker.
And then, why did they bring Phasma back if they were gonna kill? Like,
and is she dead though? It's hard to say.
I think
like, she just goes out like a bitch in every episode.
Yeah,
so, it's hard to say.
I'm like, what? Why even bring her back? Like, because the idea was like she was supposed to be really cool and really powerful and like
fairly underused in the first one. So
and so let's bring her back. Like, let's give her a bigger role, and they gave her a slightly bigger role and did the exact same thing. And I was like, wow, this is awful.
And like. So it didn't need to be this way, but like if you're gonna do the casino route, like why is Lando not running the casino town?
Right.
Like that's like that's just like a fucking like easy fucking thing. And like I get that it's so easy that they were probably like, let's not do that, but like fucking a little bit of fan service is okay.
Yeah.
A little bit. And so like fucking do that. Like because like if you left Admiral Akbar, that's not fan service, that's just doing it the right way. In my opinion, because like he's an important character, and like you just let him die off screen.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy to me. And then same thing, like okay, so then but Lando would have been fan servicey, but like have Lando in there. It makes perfect sense. He's a gambler, and that's what he does, and he's Mr. Cape, and like
Mr. Cape.
That would have been, and it would have been really good for like fucking Admiral Akbar to be like, listen, we need guys, we need help. And so, like, instead of going there to get a code breaker or whatever, we have allies who, like, Lando is no longer, like, Lando has a personal guard or something, you know, like, because he runs this corrupt fucking gambling world, like, he has an army that he pays to stand there and, like, keep things in line and whatever, you know? And so, Admiral Akbar sends Finn and Rose and Poe to go there and like, this is what you guys can do. Get us help. Buy us time. Have his fleet come and support us or whatever. That would have been cool. That's a great story. And we're just going to try to stay just in front of them. Like, I liked that kind of gimmicky thing that it was like, yeah, we're faster than them, but like, we can't get away. So like, we're just out of range.
Yep. Yeah.
I liked that. And it made sense, and I was like, okay, I can live with that. That's fine.
I get down with that.
But why are we going to a casino place to get Antonio Banderas, who doesn't end up helping us at all?
He's not even really.
Yeah. And his character was terrible.
Yeah, his character was awful.
Yeah, you could have just made that so much more compelling. So like those two things, Snoke and those three things, Snoke, Casino, and Hoda or Hode or whatever the fuck her name was. Admiral Hoda.
Yeah.
Those three things I had, like, those were problems in the movie that I was like, you can't do it that way. Like, those are creating issues for me in this story.
Yeah.
The other stuff were based on my expectations, and I didn't like it, but I'm fine with it as a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I said to my cousin, because my cousin hadn't seen Force Awakens, but we went to see, because I was like, it's really just a retelling of A New Hope.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see this with someone. I wanted to see it with my cousin, and so she was like, okay, cool. And like, it's a really good movie.
My brother just sent me some long. Oh. He's sending me quotes from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh my god. Oh god, here we go. It's a really good movie, but I don't know that it's a really good Star Wars movie.
It definitely changes things about Star Wars much like the prequels did.
Yes.
As opposed to, like, I know there's like a lot of like retcon hate for The Force Awakens now. Like, if you read up on these things, like, a lot of people, like, have problems with it now.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just so similar, and it's just a retelling, and it was like, but that's what we needed. We needed that first movie to bring us back in and be like, listen, we are Star Wars.
And I'm really excited that J.J. Abrams is
I'm fucking pumped that J.J. is taking it back over.
Like, man, oh man. Like, I hope it's a bunch of practical effects again. Yeah. I hope it's everything that Force Awakens was, and like,
I just wish he had done the middle one now, because like, I want an overall narrative, and I feel like what we've done is like,
and that was such a weird this is the other problem that I had with that film. It's like Clone Wars. It's like Clone Wars in the fact that, like, I feel like there's like this big story that we have to tell about Rey, but like, this is what was happening while our story about Rey was happening.
Yeah.
Like, this was just like a little like offshoot. This is like an episode where like Yoda and Watto run into each other and like have to go perusing some desert planet. Yeah. Right? Like, and so like, why did we didn't need this story. That whole story wasn't even really necessary.
Yeah.
Like, there were necessary pieces in it, right? Like the Rey and Luke and Kylo and Rey and Kylo.
Yeah, oh my god, I love that, by the way, the like storytelling between that, like how Luke remembered it versus how Kylo remembers it and how Rey sees it, like, that was fucking gold. I was like, man, that's so cool, like, because it is just a perception thing, like, so which one of these actually kind of went down, like, it kind of seems like, okay, the mixture at the end there is probably closest, right? Where Luke first is like, I wasn't fucking doing shit, I was just hanging out, and then he turned on his lightsaber trying to kill me. Yeah. And then like, Kylo's like, nah, he was trying to kill me, and then it's like, okay, well actually maybe Luke was there thinking about it, and then was like, alright, you know what, that's pretty dark, let's not do that. And then Kylo was like, nah, fuck you!
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
And I think I think that those three storylines had to weave together and tell a story to get us to where the third film will be. But everything else in that film could have been different. Yeah. Could have been completely different. Yeah. And it would have been an amazing Star Wars film.
Yeah. And like, I'm concerned, I guess my biggest concern is like, I felt like JJ set it up for a certain thing, but then they let Rian Johnson kind of do his thing and say, okay, so now you're going to get to invent how you want the next chapter to kind of go. And that, so like, to me it doesn't, and I don't know.
It's not cohesive.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like we have like this is how the show's going to start, this is how it needs to end, and you guys can like play with the things in the middle kind of, but like overall we have to get to this point. It kind of feels like, you tell this story, then hey, tag, it feels like a telephone game kind of thing where like, I'm telling a story and now you pick it up, and like kind of like Mad Libs, almost like, and now you pick it up and tell us what do you think's gonna happen, and then now you pick it up, and it's like,
Yeah, I wanted a trilogy. I wanted a trilogy, and you're giving me 3 new films.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like, okay, but like, so what is happening? Because like, the Republic is gone-ish, and also the rebellion was, but now there's hope alive again.
Yeah.
And which is great, but not really what I want for a middle film anyways. But then also, like, I just feel muddled about it. Like, I don't know where we're at. And like you said, like, okay, so who is the bad guy now? Like, so like, what's our purpose? What's our why?
Yeah.
Because like, they're running from the First Order, but the First Order's leader is dead now. And
yeah.
So Kylo is Supreme Commander?
But like he's not into the First Order at all?
Yeah. He wants to destroy everything. It's like, okay, well, what's gonna happen then?
Kylo and Rey's battle with the
Praetorian Knights. Oh my god, that was good. That was so cool.
That was like
when she throws him the lightsaber and he poof.
Oh!
I was like, wow, that was really good.
Oh,
really
god
good.
Damn it. Yeah. That was one of the most action-packed scenes in Star Wars ever.
Yep.
It was a great marriage of the lightsaber dueling of the original films and the lightsaber acrobatics
of the prequels. Yeah, it was really good.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, that scene was awesome, and I did love the end scene with Luke. Like, I thought that was really cool. Like,
that was so well done.
And they fucking light him up, and he's just like, okay. Anyways,
I know. I was like,
mother fucking dude, and then he's like fucking dodging.
Did you know what was happening before?
I figured it out when. After he dodges him like that, I think they went to his feet again, and I was like, "Oh, he's not there." I was like, "That's why this is wrong." Because like I had all these questions, and I was like, "How did he get the blue lightsaber back? Like that got destroyed." And I was like, "Why isn't he using his green lightsaber?" Also, when did he get time to like clean up like his look?
Yeah, like he dyed his hair.
Yeah, and I was like, obviously, like he took his X-wing there, like he pulled it back out of the water and must have flown here. That makes sense because we saw the X-wing in the water, so. And I'm sure that's what you were supposed to think.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he flew his
and like you're like seeing all these inconsistencies, and they did a really nice job. That is the one thing that I will say is they did a really nice job of making him seem as same as possible, while also giving you all of these weird inconsistencies.
Yeah, that you were just like, this seems strange. And like, but then he talks to Leia, and then he goes into. And did you see Ryan Johnson like just fucking destroying people on Twitter about that, by the way? Okay, so all these people are like, that's not how you use the Force, and this is a bunch of bullshit. And he was like, okay. So he made a video of himself going to his bookshelf, pulling out the Jedi Path, the little blue book that is like, there's the dark side and the Jedi one. There were 2 of them. There's Jedi Code. And like they made these books in like 2005 or something. That I have both of them. They're really cool.
Yeah.
And it just has all this extraneous information in it, right? And he flips open to the page that says Jedi Doppelganger, and it's an extreme force power where Jedi can project themselves. And he was like, so, and then he just closes the book and puts it away. And I was like, good job. Good job. Trolling people hard. But like, that was like, it's not the Luke that I wanted, but that was really cool. Like, that was like, obviously super powerful. Like, that you were able to control the Force like that.
It makes me really sad that that's how it all ended, though.
I didn't want Luke to die. I didn't want him to disappear at the end. I wanted, like, okay, he could play a very pivotal role in the next one, and like, like he's
he still kind of could.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think he's gonna Obi-Wan the fuck out of that. Like, for sure. But like. And like, I mean, Yoda was fucking calling down lightning in this one, so like, I don't know.
A puppet Yoda?
Yeah. Oh, that was the best.
Oh,
when Yoda came back and was talking to
like that. There was no. I was like,
right here.
Oh yeah. No, seriously, they got me on that one. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah. And those were the moments. In the fact that like the tree, the Jedi tree, like which like I know that that's a thing that is like you have to read the comic books for it, but. Okay, that's good storytelling.
I love that.
It doesn't matter that like that's the Jedi tree from the Jedi temple. But all you know is that it's a tree.
Right.
And that's all you need to know.
Yeah, you didn't need to know all the.
But it is like, cool that it's in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's a cool little like nugget, as opposed to like this tree is super important to the context of this whole fucking story.
And then we'll burn it.
Yeah. I love that Luke's gonna burn it down and Yoda's like, that's what you're gonna do? Brings out lightning and Luke's like, wait, I was kidding, fine!
Yeah, right.
What are you, crazy? But then Rey took the books anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking thief.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Good stuff. Alright, cool. Let's real quick, where do you put it? Where does it fall? Where does it fall?
It is...
You don't have to give a definitive ranking, like in between which ones.
It is... For me, it's below Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay, yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Because I really... Revenge of the Sith is bar none the best prequel.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think mine are like Empire, New Hope, maybe Jedi, and then Revenge of the Sith. So
Not Force Awakens?
Oh, Force Awakens.
I was like, damn.
No, Force Awakens.
I was like, you're putting that below.
I think Force Awakens is like my number 1 or 2.
Okay,
like
yeah,
it's up there.
That's like, I'm like Empire, probably New Hope, then Force Awakens, then Jedi, then Revenge, and then Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And then from there.
And then the order like really doesn't matter.
Really matter.
Yeah.
Like you can take 1 and 2 and throw them in however you want. They're trash both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, cool. So like same spot though. Yeah, like I enjoyed the film. Like I enjoyed watching it, but I was just like, there were many things that I was like, wow, why would you like?
Yeah.
I would not make that choice. Like, why would you do it that way? But like on the flip side of this, when Star Wars first came back, and it was like we're getting more Star Wars, I said,
yep, I know.
We're gonna get good stuff and we're gonna get some shitty stuff, and like, but the good thing is we're getting more Star Wars.
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
They're gonna make 300 new films. 50% of them could be trash, but that's still 150 new films that I'm gonna love.
Yep.
And so like, I have no hope for this Solo film. Like, it sounds like it's been in production hell.
Wait,
like,
what is it?
The
Han Solo
film. Yeah, like the fucking director got changed out. It's Ron Howard now. I like Ron Howard, but like, yeah, it's never a good sign.
How much can he recover?
And so like that, and it just seems like it's like there's a whole lot of.
Well, and Rogue One like set a really high bar.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
but remember, Rogue One was like completely fucked too at the beginning, and then they reworked a ton of it to make it the film that we got. And yes,
they did such a.
That's one of the only times I've ever seen it where I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be terrible. How much shit they're rechanging in this, and like all the edits they're going back and the reshoots and stuff. It doesn't sound good. And then it came out and it was like, holy shit, I'm really glad they did that.
Yeah.
Because like, wow, this could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Rogue One's amazing, and like that's like.
I think that's another thing. That's another thing. So like, in the 2 years that we were standing on that mountain, I got Rogue One.
Yeah.
And like, so Force Awakens. Which is an incredible film, and that's an incredible film, and I don't give a fuck who wants to fucking talk shit to me about how incredible that film is. It's incredible. And then I get Rogue One.
Yeah, which was just gritty and great, and like, everybody dies in it.
One of the most fantastic things I've ever experienced.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie from start to finish, and I think it's...
And it's so not... Like, it's not Star Wars in the context of anything that we've... Like, the only lightsaber you see is Darth Vader's.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I know so many people, too, who are like, they don't like Rogue One.
What the fuck? You need to... You don't need that negativity.
Yeah, even if you don't like Star Wars, you should be able to watch that movie and just be, like, immersed in it.
It's a war film.
Yeah, it was just good. Like... It was like watching fucking...
You don't talk space opera, bro. That's a fucking, like...
Yeah, that was just great. And the end scene with the fucking... I'm gonna go home and watch that movie.
I know.
Yeah. The whole fucking... The space battle at the end was just phenomenal. And, like, how the tide turns.
And
Like, holy shit, we're doing the thing, guys. This is actually kind of working out. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're getting crushed over here. Okay, like, but everybody else is doing fine. Oh, shit, we just lost that. We lost... Oh, God, everybody is dying. Everything is falling apart real fast. I'm sorry, what's that breathing noise that you hear?
Yeah.
Fucking run! Like, in the theater, when that... I said it on this podcast already, but in the theater, when that when Vader is marching towards him and he's banging on the door to get out and he can't get out.
I wanted him out so bad.
I was so scared. I was like, run! Dude, somebody get that!
Yeah.
He's gonna die!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good. Fuck. Alright guys, this has been another episode of Two Guys with Rating Goals. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the love and support, and we will catch you on the next one.